YouTube? It's Nick with Feeding Fitness. Today I'm going to weigh in on the ever so popular topic of fake naturals in the YouTube fitness community. Not a day goes by where somebody isn't asking on some forum or Facebook group or right here on YouTube, is so-and-so natural? Does this person use steroids? Is that person enhanced? And I'm going to give you my opinion on the topic, and it's a little bit different than what most people think. First of all, you'll never know, so asking the question is pointless. Unless that person basically comes out and admits that they do use performance-enhancing drugs, you're never going to know. It doesn't matter how many tests they've passed. It doesn't matter how many competitions they've competed in. All that stuff can be faked. You can get around that, so you're never going to know. But here's why it doesn't really matter. The reason people get angry is because they say that these people on YouTube give false hopes to individuals, who think that they can achieve what their favorite YouTube celebrity can achieve if they just work hard enough, but in reality, that celebrity is on steroids, so you could never actually achieve that. Well, here's the thing. Whether you're on steroids or not, what they achieved is irrelevant to what you can achieve. And what does that mean? Well, that means that genetics play such a huge role in your maximum muscular potential and your ability to get super lean and how you'll look super lean, that all of this comparison to others is meaningless because you don't have their genetics. So right away you want to look at somebody who's completely ripped at a low body weight and go, well, are they on something? They look a little too big. They look really dry when they're cut. They have great muscle insertions. They look like someone who's on steroids. So even with all that overwhelming evidence, you still can never be sure, and here's why. I will give you this analogy. Say a drug existed that if you injected it, it would make you taller. People would, of course, accuse tons of NBA players of using this drug. Do you think Shaq would not have been accused of using this drug? He's gigantic. But we know that drug doesn't exist, and we know Shaq is still as tall as he is because he had genetic predisposition to being freakishly tall. Can we not also assume that there are those who have genetic disposition to being freakishly muscular? Now, this only goes so far. If you look up on the Mr. Olympia stage, you can bet your ass they're all on a million different compounds and they're all taking tons of drugs. But that's not really what we're talking about. We're talking about your very popular YouTube guys, and you guys all know who they are. But again, it doesn't matter, because whether they're juicing or they have elite genetics, the mass majority of you guys have neither of those things. So if you don't have elite genetics and you're not willing to juice, don't compare yourself to someone who is in either one of those two categories. Whether or not they're in the juicing category is irrelevant. You can only do as much with your body as you can do with your body. Compare yourself to yourself. Take progress pictures. What did you look like last year? What did you look like 2 years ago? That is how you compare. I'm going to link in the description my own transformation from morbid obesity to absolutely scrawny to a halfway decent physique. And then this past year, if you compare 2013 to 2014 in this picture down below, very minimal gains. Not much leaner, a little bit bigger. That's what someone who's in their third, fourth year of lifting can hope for each year. If you don't have elite genetics, like I do not, your gains could be very similar to mine. But again, comparing yourself even to me, someone with average genetics, might be of little value to you because you may have superior or inferior genetics to what I even have. I say I'm average because I feel like I gain what I'm supposed to. I get as much muscle along with as much fat as what most people do. But there's not enough hard data on this to really tell you what's genetically elite and what's average. I just seem to gain better than some, but a lot worse than others, so that's why I've kept myself in the middle. So The whole point of this, though, is that asking whether or not someone is on steroids is more just a curiosity thing. It has nothing to do with whether or not you can achieve their level of physique, whether they're on steroids or they have elite genetics. Again, you probably have neither. That doesn't mean you shouldn't aspire to be the best you can possibly be, and that setting really difficult goals for yourself isn't a good thing. When I was 300 plus pounds, I never ever thought I'd even be comfortable taking my shirt off. It was a huge goal for me. I might not be the biggest, most ripped guy on YouTube, but I've come a long way, and so can all of you. And that's the point I really want to hammer home here. Don't get concerned with how big this guy or that guy can get. Be concerned with how much progress you can make. Because if you work hard and you do everything the right way, you're going to make enough progress to feel good about what you did. Don't let somebody else's freakish genetics and awesome gains that might be because of the use of steroids or might not be, don't let that discourage you from the gains you can make. It doesn't make your gains any less real, and you know if you worked hard or if you slacked off and you could have been doing more. And if you really worked hard, busted ass, and gave it your all, then you have nothing to be ashamed of because you couldn't make the gains that somebody else can. That is not really your fault in that case. You did everything you could. So again, are these fake naturals? Sure, they're lying assholes. They're trying to make a quick buck, but at the end of the day, whether they're natural or not shouldn't mean anything to you. You need to work hard to make as much progress as you can possibly make, and you need to be satisfied with that too. So that was my take on this topic, not the typical take that most people have. If you liked this, please click the thumbs up, give me a like for the video. Comments down below on your opinions on fake naturals on YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Join us at the Facebook page at facebook.com/feedingfitness, and I'll see you guys next time.